Welcome, welcome, welcome. Peace and prosperity, love and light. So this is Deep Speak with Brother Sadiq. It is a Saturday, so Shabbat Shalom to those who recognize that I'm outside my apartment. So just wanted to go get a little sun and shoot a little video real quick, talk to the people about what it is. I should go this way, so the sun, there we go. So, what I wanted to talk about real quick, my buddy told me, like I said, talk to the people about solutions. So, solutions. You know, what I talked about once before was purification, right? Purification and why you should purify. If you're trying to get yourself balanced, you need to be in a balanced order, mayat. You need to get yourself aligned with your good and bad, and your light and your dark, and your right and your wrong. When you do that, it helps you to understand what you need to change in your life, right? So that's the importance of purifying. It ain't just about purifying, it's about why you're purifying. So you're purifying so that you can figure out exactly what it is in your life that you need to change to reach your fullest potential. That's the whole purpose, right? If there was a purpose for God creating man, it was so that each man can reach his full potential, okay? And you are important, you are valuable, you are a thought. The Creator thought of you, now you are here. And so your goal is to reach your full potential. And so the way you do that is by balancing mayat, by getting righteous, by purifying yourself, your thoughts, your actions, no more porn. I'm at the point where I'm going to the all-food diet. I quit smoking. So it's a matter of purification, right? As many levels as you see you need to change in your life, begin to change them. It'll help direct you, and where you're going. And so when you purify yourself, it helps you to help bring about your best self. And when you find that, you become an invincible being. You become, what it says in the Bible about no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Because ultimately who's trying to stop you is not fighting you, they're fighting the spirit, because you're allowing yourself to be utilized now. You can trust your interior voices. You can trust these voices that guide you. You hear what I'm saying? So purification, that is why you want to purify. So that you can hear these voices and you can be guided, and you can have auspicious interactions with spirit in many ways. And you can listen and learn from the wind, and you can listen and learn from a child, and you can listen and learn from a homeless person, and you can listen and learn from the elderly, which are our storehouses of wisdom. So, purification, okay? If you purify yourself, you can trust yourself. And if you trust yourself, you can act in accord with your interior voices. You can act in accord with inspiration. You can act in accord with intuition. And when you begin to do that, you begin to create a path. And when you create this path, you will understand that you are on the path that we all talk about as the path, right? And as long as you stay in balance with the Creator, as long as you stay in balance with all that goes forward that comes from internal, you will be okay. No matter what this world throws at us, it's chaotic. It's intended to be chaotic. We are in that time, but it is a transformative time. So you can transform. It's intuitive if you transform with your spirit. And if you try to transform with the world and jump into the metaverse, okay, I'm not advising that. I'm talking caution towards the metaverse. So if you want to jump in the metaverse, then you can do that. But I would say if you're doing it on a do it with the idea of investment, because you do recognize that the majority of people are going to go that way. So if you're wanting to invest in the metaverse, then that makes much sense. But if you are intending to jump in and become one of these people who lose themselves to the adventures and the fantasy that goes with that, because that's what it's going to be about. It's just really ultimately going to be about the fantasy of it all, right? What you can do, who you can become someone other than yourself in the metaverse, right? Just like on the Facebook right now, everybody got their Facebook character. I'm spinning around trying to find out how to get the best light. Well, anyway, You got your Facebook personality, and that's not who your real personality is. You know, if people watch you on the Facebook, they say you're an amazing person, but if they was hanging around you, is your energy the same as what they would track on your Facebook page? Probably not. So that's what I'm talking about. You know, being your ultimate authentic self with yourself. Besides whoever may, you know, be involved with what you're doing. You got to do what you're doing. You got to build what you're building. You know, you can't be Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. You got to be the best who you are. And so reaching your full potential, you know, you will become who you were supposed to be, who you were intended to be when you were created, when you were envisioned, when your idea of you came up in the creator's mind. And so I just wanted to say that. I don't want to talk a long day. I ain't got a lot to say. I think, you know, speaking succinctly, you know, is probably the best way to do this. And like I said, if you wonder why I think I have the authority to say what I'm saying, practice what I'm telling you. You know, the creator's always talking to you. All you got to do is practice these things. It ain't like I'm telling you to do something that's, you know, unprovable. You can go in the closet. You can go away from the people. You can find a space for yourself, and you can talk about what it is that's on your heart, on your spirit. What's calling you? What's you know, bringing you, you know, those intuitive questions. And when you ask these questions, you ask them of source. You ask them of, you know, ancestor, of lineage, of however you, universe, whatever you want to call, whatever label you want to give to it. And then you listen with a spiritual ear. That means you go about your day, but you don't just be distracted with all of the things that you would usually be distracted with. You're kind of paying attention because you asked the question, so you should be looking for the answer. And if you get that answer, recognize that that answer, if it's in line with your question, is from source, because the creator will use any and everything in the universe to talk to you if you allow it to. But if you don't trust that it's the creator and you say it's a coincidence, then you don't act on what you get as the intuitive answer. Okay? So trust your intuition. Okay? Begin this practice. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help you develop and understand that you do have a spiritual relationship, but you have to interact it. You have to wake it up. And if you don't wake it up, then you can't say that there is no spiritual life, that there is no spiritual reality. Just say you've not pressed up against it to find out how real it is or how fake it is or if it exists at all. So somebody asked me the other day, what do I think about atheists? I think atheists are people who are arrogant, because the issue is generally that you've not done the evidentiary work. You can find, you can prove, you can practice, you can test yourself, you can test things out on your own being, and you will find that there is definitely a spiritual realm that exists. And so everything is not as it seems. So, it's cold out today. It's cold, but I wanted to get some sun and I wanted to be in nature for a minute. So I'm going to make a quick video while I'm out here. And I just wanted to talk to y'all about that, because you have to start enacting your spiritual values, your spiritual qualities. And being righteous, being upright, taking care of people like you would want to be taken care of, helping people how you would want to be helped if you was in a bad situation, doing the things that would benefit others in the way that you would want to be benefited. You know what I mean? So if you have the power and ability to help somebody, help them. And life brings that back to you. Okay? So do that. Practice what I just said. Whatever it is that you're working on or you're building towards or you're curious about, ask the creator, ask the source, ask your spiritual lineage. There's a team around you that is unseen, okay? There's a team that is attached to you, you know, whether it be lineage or angels or, you know, whatever, you know, the jinn. There are positive jinn. Everything ain't negative. Y'all just scared of everything. They scared us into not recognizing or even studying these spiritual qualities and values of life. So, study those things. You have, you know, a phone, internet that you can almost study any and everything, you know, and I would suggest you get on with it, because the longer you wait, the longer it will take you to manifest what it is that you want in this world, and when you reach your fullest potential, what you manifest will be a benefit to yourself and your family and all of those who you love, and possibly even be world changing. Like just imagine if you were the Michael Jordan of whatever it is that your vision is related to. Okay? So that's what I'm talking about. Michael Jordan is one who reached his full potential. That's why we celebrate him, and Kobe and other people who, Michael Jackson, you know what I mean? We celebrate these people because they reached their full potential, And if you ask them, they would probably say they didn't, because there's more that they could have done. But ultimately, that's why we celebrate them, because they're examples of someone striving and reaching their fullest potentials. And so, as I say, you can't be Mike, but you can be your best you. And by being your best you, you may become, like I said, the Kobe and the Mike of what it is your lane is, what it is that you were created for, your path, your purpose. But I'm going to keep it short and sweet today. Peace, blessings, bright love to all of y'all. I hope your heart connect to this, your mind connect to this, your spirit connect to this, and that you begin to grow, and work on eliminating things from your life that are not, going to help you become your lightest self, your brightest self. You know what I mean? So be beautiful. One love.